Hello, also welcome to the today's tutorial. So today first we will see some advancement in the bullet system, and next we will add some glass feature like breaking glass feature, because right now we don't have any glasses in our system, so we will add that. So let's start our tutorial. So let me open this first. So let me tell you what we will do today. So I will create one more static mesh, like maybe I will duplicate this one, and I will add rotation on tick function, so it will rotate it as soon as it is valid. I will add some local rotation. We cannot do this, like we cannot do this with this SM bullet. The reason being is, if we will rotate this, and this is the physics actor, so it will rotate the whole system and it will rotate the camera also. So for that, just to make it lightweight, we will create one more static mesh, and we will attach it to the same, and we will rotate that static mesh, and we will turn the visibility of this bullet off. So let's do that. So static mesh bullet and a static mesh bullet visible, and go to the constructor, just duplicate it, copy, and it will be the visible. So I'm just copy pasting it. It will not be the physical type. I will keep it default, and it will be no collision. And again SM bullet visible. So this is done. Next thing is in tick function, because it will be valid, the M bullet base will be valid for a very small time, so we can use tick. So if SM bullet visible dot, if it is valid, then what we will do, we will rotate it. So SM bullet visible dot add local rotation, and I want the rotation to be around x-axis. So F rotator, so x-axis, and around x-axis it will be roll. So here this is what we want, 10. So 0 comma 0 comma 10. So this is the value which we do want. And I think when we are hitting, we are destroying the SM bullet. If I'm not wrong, let me check. Local, yes, we are destroying here. So we will destroy this component too. Destroy component, because it is visible now, and we will toggle the visibility of SM bullet now. So SM bullet set visibility, and we will turn the visibility. So new visibility will be false, and yep, things should be good to go. Let me compile it, control B. Okay, this is done. Let me check if everything is good. This is the visible one, and we can turn the visibility. So yep, so the thing is, we have like it is been overridden in the blueprint, so we will just reset it, and this one is not set. Okay, so we will set the SM ammo, once again we will verify everything. So this is the original one, and for this the collision is no collision. Cool. No collision. Generate, we won't generate it. So compile and save. Everything seems fine. Let's test. Pressing shift. Okay, I think the bullet was not visible, if I'm not wrong. Okay. Oh, okay. We haven't put the code to attach it to the SM bullet, so this is my fault. So SM bullet visible dot set up attachment, and we will attach it to SM bullet. Okay. Now it should be good to go. If it won't work, then I have to restart my Unreal editor, because this is the same issue which we like get in the previous tutorial, which we got in the previous tutorial. So let's see if it will work. It's not visible. I have to restart it. Give it a second. Again debug. Okay, it is back. Let's check if it is working now. Okay, yep, it is working now, and the bullet was also rotating. So this is first part of the tutorial, and second part is like we will create the the glass function. Like, let's imagine we will put the glasses here and there, and then we will put the functionality on it. So let's start. So head back to the C++ classes, Hitman actors. It won't be the part of weapon, so I will create here will be the actor, and we will name it as M glass base. Yep, like rest of the things are good to go. Create class. Okay, so in the header, just close this. In the header, just make sure that sorry, in the CPP, make sure that the actor is not there, or else it will throw you the error. Okay, it will be very generic, so we will create one scene root, and in public I will create one more section. As we already know, I love to have the segregation between function and the variable. So you function and edit anywhere, sorry, you property, edit anywhere, comma, do I don't think we need this, and you scene component, scene root, scene component, and root component. And next thing is this control D. Next is just the I just want to have the plane, so it will be the use static mesh component, and smc underscore static mesh component. So I will name it as glass. This should be it. Head back to the constructor. Let me remove this code. Okay, and here root component, so root component is equals to creates default sub object use scene component and text. Let me copy paste it, and we will assign the root component setup attachment to root. Okay, I think this is not the valid name, so it will be the custom default or custom root, or we will just say it root 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 root, so root component. Okay, we can directly assign the root to the root component like this. Root component is equals to the root. So this is what we can do. Second, like we have the smc underscore class, so we'll do the same thing. So just copy paste it. Smc class is equals to create default object, you static mesh component, and the text smc underscore class. Okay, smc underscore class, setup attachment, and we will attach it to the root. Okay, next thing is we want to have some attachment, like to have the custom. So object type will be the default, like world static, but the collision I want to have the query type. So smc class dot query, sorry, collision enabled, set collision enabled, e collision enabled, collision enabled, query only. That's it. I don't want to have some type of collision here, physical one, so no physics needed. Next thing is, I like by default I want all the responses to be ignored except the physics body and the pawn. The reason being is like the bullet which we are using, it is the physics body, and the pawn so the pawn cannot get out. So SMC class set collision response to all channels. I will set it to ignore first. So e collision response ignore. Now for the SMC underscore class set collision response to channel. So for the pawn I will say collision channel pawn. For pawn I do want to like block it, e collision response block. And for physics body I want it to be overlap. The reason being is, like when we will shoot, we want the effect like when we will shoot, the person who's sitting behind the behind that glass, he should be shooting, right? So that is why we are like writing the overlap. So this is it. So let's go ahead. Next thing is, like when we will shoot, so there should be some damage, right? So uh, we will write that code too. So smc underscore class on component begin overlap, add dynamic this this comma, and here we do want to have the function. So the thing is, when like we have already said like physics body to overlap, so when the overlap will begin, so we are binding that. So what we will do, okay, first create the function. So it will be the private, if I'm not wrong. Okay, let me create the private section, private, so u function and void on component. Okay, first thing is, let me copy the signature because it's kind of difficult, so I'm just copying it from here. Make sure just left click with the control button and then the F component begin overlap signature, then copy this. Now hold like this, on component on glass overlap. Okay, so on glass overlap begin, and we will copy this. Okay, so we'll just remove the commas. Okay, yep, this should be it. Halt enter, generate definition, just do this. I don't want to have the inline, so okay, this should be good. And I want to have this binding in the begin play, because sometimes I have seen whenever I am doing this in the constructor, it doesn't work. Sometimes it, not always, so I'm not sure. So and am glass base on glass overlap begin. Cool. So we have created the binding. As soon as it will go here, first I will check if the overlap content, like other actor cast if this is the type of bullet, so am bullet base. As soon as I'm pressing tab, it is already including, so make sure that you have the header file for the m bullet base, and we are just checking if the other actor is a type of the bullet or not. If yes, then what we will do, we will go ahead and Okay, so we haven't created the material, so this we will cover later. But here what I will do, I will just count. Like, I don't want to glass to shatter in just one bullet. I want it to be on the second bullet. So for that we will have count, and it will be the private. So private uh, int bullet hit count. By default it will be 0 0. So okay, yes. And what we will do, we will just like increase the bullet count plus plus. Okay, do we need to have something else? Nope. So we will, if the bullet hit count is equals to, is greater than 1 or 2 maybe. So if it is greater than 1, then we will just destroy this component, destroy this actor. Cool. uh, okay. And next thing is we will also like play this sound. So let's add that code too, for that sound to be added. So you sound base underscore glass shatter. If sound base glass shatter is true, then you gameplay statics. Yes, I think we have GPS included. Yes, just we can use it. Like it is already defined in the mutils class. So this is gameplay statics. Uh, play sound at location and the get world comma sound. So sb underscore glass shatter comma the location rotation with wonderful. Okay, so the location will be get actor location. Think this should do the task, nothing else. I don't think we need anything extra. Okay, one more thing, in else, like if it is not defined, I do want to have the log. So mutils dm, so the glass shatter sound not defined in glass base class comma this. Okay. My fault. Everything seems fine, so let's head back to the Unreal, control B. So it will compile the code and go to the actor. So we'll create the blueprint equivalent of this class, like the child of this class. Once it is sorted, okay, code succeeded. So in the actor, right click blueprint class, and we will name it as m underscore. Okay, so bp underscore class small l glass. Okay. Next thing which we haven't done, like if we will put a plane here, plane. Sorry, so we will use the default plane which Unreal provides. So this one, the size is 100 comma 100, so we will use that only. And for the scale part, we will scale it like 0.5 to 0.6 comma 0.5, and just turn around 90, and we will put it up like 25. Okay, and this is 2.6. I just want us to be stretched. Cool. The reason being, like, I have left it like 25 because the total length was 100, right? And we are scaling by 5. So this is why I like 0.25. Uh, what else do we need? Okay, the material we were talking about. So we'll create the material for this class. So to have that shatter effect, I have included a texture in the asset. So in the materials, let me open the file of this asset. This folder is already in the description, so you can have a look. In the screen, no, in the icons, radial crack, just put it in the texture. So radial crack. So if you will see carefully, it is the normal map. So it is already like taken that compression settings. Okay. So right click, create material, m underscore class shatter, control save, and just take it to the materials. Move here, material, m glass shatter. If you will have a look, the it is giving that effect because like we haven't provided the settings yet, so we will do it now. So by default it will be the translucent, not opaque. So this is first. uh, Next thing is we will have the color. So just press 3, connect it to the base color. So we will have just like a color. So class color. By default I want it to have a tint of green. Okay, next is the metallic. Okay, default setting surface. Okay, first set the opacity. Sorry, just press 1, opacity 2.5, so it is slightly visible. Roughness I do want it to be 0, and specular I want it to be 1, so it is shiny and glossy look. And for metallic I want it to be 0.12127. So okay, now for the normal we can actually directly put it in the normal, like okay. And the thing is these values are not important, so we will change a property called lighting mode. So by default it is volumetric non-directional. We will use the surface translucency volume. Now these options are visible and you can see some textures here. Now it is looking more like a glass. And okay, let me convert these to the parameters. Opacity, roughness, specular, and metallic. Okay, so for the normal the thing is I do want to control this setting, so you can enhance this effect. So how we will do that? First just take the RNG value. So I will use mask, component mask RNG value, and we will multiply it with the uh, variable. Okay, let's press 1, normal multiplier. By default is 1, and what I will do, I will just append it. Append the vectors. Sorry. Append vector, and I will append blue because the above two are all already there, and I'm just multiplying the normal vector. So we will if you will look at it carefully, so This is the R and G. So this is the blue channel. This is the green. This is the blue. If you will unhide it, still it has the values and it has the information for the normals. And I do think it will also work if I will multiply it directly. Not sure why I'm asking it. And if we turn it 1, 0. Okay, it is taking the color. So let's do this way. 1. Yep. So that is why we are taking blue. So by default it will be 0, so normal multiplier. Okay, and for the reflection we haven't added the reflection yet, so you are not getting that effect. uh, so just take one more variable, just press 1, convert it to the refraction, and we will lerp lerp float linear interpolate. Nope, where is that lerp? I just want to have one lerp, simple one. Let me have the value first, and here lerp. Okay, so by default the value I do want 1, and next is the refraction value for the glass is 1.33. So the thing is, I'll use one node called Fresnel. So what it will do, it will like if you will see, let me turn on the live. So it will give you the effect on the edges. So this is why, so just to have the refraction at the corner side slightly, and in between it will be like the glass like. So this is why I will just use the alpha and we will connect it to the refraction part. Okay, I will use the default values as it is. See, it is looking more like glass, and if we will turn to 1, it will give you that effect. If you will turn like if you want to have the strong one, you can just press 5 and 10. See, it is giving that hard glass feeling. So by default we will keep it to 0, and I will use the create the material instance of it. So create material instance, so mi glass shatter, and I will assign this glass shatter to the glass which we have created. Okay, so this will be the two-sided material. So two-sided, just check, save. Let me check all the values. Actually I'm just thinking to have one specific value which I have already used, so press OK. So so that was some opaque one, so this is more like glass. Just press save, and what we will do, we will place it on the like level. Let me go to the BP. Let me rotate it. You can skip this part, like I don't think it need that detailing. Again pressing alt, rotate it, so you have that effect. Again I will click all three, pressing alt, rotate, rotate. Okay. Okay, the same thing which we can actually do with the opposite part. I'm just copying so I can do it faster. So let me copy this all. Alt. Let me rotate it approximately 180. Again, shift it here. Everything seems cool. Let's press save. Let's check. Okay, thing is working, but first issue which I can see, like there is no sound. So go to the asset and put the glass sound. Okay, it is not there, so let me put that sound here. Drop Hitman file music, the glass break sound, and in here in the attenuation setting we can set. Okay, we don't have it. Let's check if things are working fine, then we will use the attenuation setting afterwards. Yep. Okay, everything is working fine and working great. Next thing is, like, we want to change this variable at runtime. So this we will do it in the next tutorial, because all it is already like 30 minutes long. So let's do that in the future tutorial. And this can be a task for you. Like, you can try to like change its material, like change its variable, like it is already you just have to change this normal from 0 to 1, and it will do the task. Thank you and have a nice day. Or should we cover it in this tutorial? I think it will take 5 minutes extra, so let's do this. So in the bullet in m class base, as soon as like bullet hit count is plus plus, like we are sure that it is greater than 1, what we will do, we will just get the dynamic material. So get create dynamic material instance, and here we should have the like 0 u material interface. We don't have that, so we'll take it from here. So control D, u material interface. So it is asking to like which material to use. So material interface glass shutter, material interface glass shutter, and this is it. And I'm using the element 0 because I know, like, in the glass the like it is at the 0th only. Like in the glass, if you will look in the plane, there is just element 0, nothing else. So things should work fine. uh, and yep, so once this is created, we will save it. dy dynamic material is equals to this. So if dynamic material is true, then dynamic material set scalar parameter value, and the f name, what was the value of that parameter? The value will be 1, like the future value. Again, I have to check for the parameter. It was normal multiplier. Let me copy it so we won't do any mistake. Okay, let's compile. Control B. Okay, this is done. Let's try. See? And if we will shoot again, awesome. Okay, so this is it. This is it for today. I think we have covered much, like a lot actually. So I was not expecting this. Okay, but we have covered a good amount of topics. So just do like and subscribe. If you have any doubt, just you can comment it below, and I will try my best to sort it as soon as possible. Thank you and have a nice day.